After the 22 season, you decided to step away. Talk about those 2 seasons away from Everett. I know it wasn't easy for you during that time to be away from a team that you love.
Yeah, Everett's in my heart. I hope you can tell that. It was a very difficult decision to step down, but I did. I took a year off from coaching, played a lot of golf with my sons. I stink at golf, but we played a lot of golf. I missed the competitiveness. I missed the kids. I missed it. Coaching football is just in my blood. It's in my heart. And then last winter, Coach Fiore at Reading had called. Him and I are dear friends, and he says, "Hey, Rob, I just was wondering if you'd be interested in coming back to Reading." And right in that conversation, I almost jumped through the phone and said, "Yes, yeah, absolutely, I'll do anything." And so I went back to Reading and was the offensive coordinator. And again, I keep using the word amazing, but there's something about high school football that's just so special. And I bonded with the kids. They bonded with me. We installed a very simple offense, and the kids worked really hard in the off season. The coaches on the staff, I either coached with before or coached when they were players. So it was on the way. It was like a homecoming for me in Reading because I live in the town, and all my kids were 3-sport athletes there, my sons and daughters, and I had so much fun. And we end up, running off 10 straight and go to the state semifinals. I expected to be in Reading as the offensive coordinator for a long time. And then when the Everett job opened up again, I relied on my aunt and my uncle, my auntie Karen and my uncle Bruce. They are the two of the most special people in my life. I called them both. My Uncle Bruce is my father's brother, and he's my godfather, and through confirmation, and I had a heart-to-heart with my uncle. And then, of course, my 4 kids. My daughter Riley's in Germany. We had to have her on technologically. I just met with my kids, and I said, I'm really thinking about applying again in Everett. And I said, and if I do, I'm not going to tell anybody but you. I'm just going to drop my resume off. I'm going to see what happens. I did some soul searching, and that's what I did. Well, you don't drop it off anymore. You email it.
Yeah, you email it, yeah.
So I emailed my resume, and then I got called for an interview. Yeah, I knew in my heart. I walked through the door at Everett High School for my interview. I was nervous. I got choked up. And I knew when I got choked up, when something brings you to tears, then you have passion or love for it. And so I knew sitting in the lobby before I even went into my interview, and I was super nervous that this is my home. I have work to do here. I want to have a chance to do more work with these kids. I want that opportunity. This was in my head before I even went in. And if they give me that opportunity to do this, I will treasure it, give my very, very best effort. I will immerse myself into this position for many years to come, I hope. And so that was my mindset. And so I went in and I was super nervous. And then there was a long interview process. There was several interviews. The process probably took 3 to 4 weeks, maybe longer. And through it all, did not say a word to hardly anybody. Not a word. People started reaching out. Did you apply? I have a good way of keeping my distance when I need to, and I kept it private for my own personal reasons. Right. And then they offered me the position, and they did this press conference event. And my kids were invited, and my aunt and uncle were there, and the band was there, and the cheerleaders were there. And I didn't know I was in a side room. I bought a suit for the event, put on my Everett colors. And when I walked into the room, again, I was overcome with emotion, just raw emotion. I just was so honored and humbled.
Talk about what you expect out of this second tenure at Everett. How's it going to be different than the first?
Yeah, first of all, it's different players. We have some different coaches. We're in the process of talking to different people and assembling the right staff. Athletic director, the principal, superintendent, everybody's really supportive of football, but we want to make sure that we have the right staff in place that shares the same mission as our athletic director, Tammy Turner, does. It will be different, but I also have more wisdom and I have more knowledge. So I think that will help me. I do know a little bit what to expect, already been the coach here once. And my mission is to improve and to help the student athletes, to help them as young men, to help them academically, to help them as athletes, and to help them reach their goals in the next step in their life, whatever that may be. So I am focusing all of my efforts on the kids of Everett, and that already started. So we started our weightlifting program, continuing to connect the Pop Warner with the high school program. We are already starting to talk to 8th graders about about our freshman football, but our weightlifting now is going, and it's going strong, and we will be lifting every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from now until the first day of practice, August 15th or 16th. And I'm focusing all my effort on building relationships and earning trust with the players in the program. Because we're not going to know what talent we have until we're on the field. But I'm going to know what type of work ethic we're going to have through the off-season strength and condition. So we're trying to build that Everett football family culture. We, meaning all of us together, the players and the coaches and the administration. We're all doing this together.
Just to round it out, Coach, just talk about, coming back the second time, but all the adversity, you face, to having to step away for 2 years, to just, your son losing and the games you lost, like, to build up to this moment back, Coach, that in 2025, you're back home at Everett.
I put a lot of pressure on myself. So whenever we lose a game, it hurts and it stings. I can give you the details of the 3 losses that we have, much, much more than I can the wins. Because they sting. I have a competitive drive to me, and I have a competitive edge to me. And I hope that's going to help me to improve as a coach and do the best job I can. I can just tell you that I have learned through life that I take nothing for granted. I am very fortunate to have people who love me and my family, and others who have helped me become the man that I am. My goal as the coach is to just improve, to enjoy this opportunity, to have fun with this opportunity, but to work tirelessly to uphold the standards and tradition of the Everett football family.
I love that, Coach. That's a great way to end it. Everybody, like and subscribe, and go thank Coach DiLoreto in the comments. Thank you, Coach, for letting Recruiting Board tell your stories.
Thank you very much.